Okay, so this is the continuation of the foundation exercises for our holiday challenge. We're going to start off with the burpee and lunge. Okay, burpee. So a couple of options you can do is you can come from an inclined position, whether it's your chair, couch, whatever you got at home. Hands to that option. We can start by coming into that step back, up tall, and down. Okay, we can then increase that to a jump back, jump up, jump tall. Okay, we also can then come from a little bit lower position. So if we have a stair or something in our house, we can do here as well, and then we increase it down to all the way to the floor where we go into that plank position, up, or if we really want to make it really hard, we go all the way to the floor. So those are kind of our progressive options for that burpee. So essentially what we're going to do is we're going to do one burpee, and then I'm going to stand tall, and I'm going to do one per side into that reverse lunge. Okay, next time I'm going to do two burpees, and then I'm going to do two per side into that lunge. Okay, dropping that back knee down, pushing through that front heel, squeezing that glute, standing up nice and tall. Okay, and it goes from 1 rep to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5, and then you start going back down again, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, to make the lunge harder, you can hold on to a dumbbell at your chest if you'd like to increase the difficulty, or you can hold on to 2 dumbbells. Remember, shoulders pulled back to increase that difficulty. Okay, so those are our options there. Moving on to our next one, our AMRAP. Okay, so what AMRAP means is as many rounds as possible. Okay, 8 minutes. You got an 8-minute timer, got phones, set the timer, 8 minutes. Okay, here's what we got. We got 20 pulse squats. Okay, so we're gonna sit down, little bob up. I want you to squeeze those glutes back down. Okay, so you're only coming up just slightly, but I really want you to focus on squeezing those glutes as you come up. Chest is up. We got 20 of them. Okay, to make it harder, you hold on to a weight. Okay, but not letting that chest fall at all. All right, so we got 20 squats there. From there, we're gonna take our dumbbell, okay, or a weight option. We'll lie down, knees bent, arms straight up over our chest, and we're gonna hinge at our elbow, bringing that weight down towards our forehead, locking out at the top, making sure from our shoulder to our elbow stays stationary, and elbow stay tucked in, extending all the way, squeezing those triceps at the top. We got 15 there. Our last one is a bird dog. We're gonna come in, opposite arm, opposite leg, shoulders down. We're gonna extend, kick that foot back to the wall behind us, using our glute, and then back down on the ground. We can do all one side and focus here, or we can alternate it. We really want to focus on keeping those hips square to the ground and not tippy-toppy as we shift our weight. Okay? We got 10 aside there. So you're getting as many rounds as you can in 8 minutes. So then you go right back to that pulse squat, your skull crusher, bird dog. See how many rounds you can get in, report it. Okay, so our next exercise challenge is another AMRAP. Okay, so as many rounds as possible in 8 minutes. We're going to do step jacks. Okay, so what we can do is we can use that chair again. We're going to come in. We're going to go in, out, out, in, out, out. Or did I say that in reverse? Out, out, in. Okay, there we go. That's our step jack. Now we can increase the difficulty of that, add a little impact. If we're capable of it, we're going to go in and out. We can also increase that difficulty by going down that incline, going on to a step or a shorter position. Okay, doing the same thing, or our jump. You can also come from the floor to increase it even more. Okay, so there's lots of options for that one. We're going to do 30 of them. All right, from there you're going to lie down on the ground. We're going to do that glute bridge again. So we can come in, knees bent, pop those hips up, all the way back down, squeeze those glutes. We got 30 here. To increase that difficulty, we can stay in this position and hold on to a weight, putting it on our hips. Okay, still coming up into that hip lift. We can also increase it too by having those feet up at an incline position here. Also, we can add that weight as well. So there's lots of little options there. We got 30 reps, and then your last one of that set so bringing those shoulder blades slightly off the floor, pushing those fingertips towards the ceiling. To increase that difficulty, we can hold on to a weight, pushing that weight to the ceiling. To increase that, we can come into a full sit-up. Okay, and then to increase that from there, we hold on to that weight at our chest, trying not to throw that weight for momentum. Okay, so we got 30 step jacks into 30 glute bridges in 15 steps. As many rounds as you can in 8 minutes. See how many you can get in. Okay, our next pairing, we got 20 split squats. Okay, so a split squat, we're gonna have 1 foot in front, 1 foot behind, and we're gonna drop that back knee down towards the floor. The feet stay stationary, we're not bringing them back together. Down, squeeze that front glute, stand up nice and tall. Make sure that back knee is bending down and not locked out and straight, okay? So we're gonna do 20 split squats, and then from there, you can increase it by holding onto that weight at our chest. Big push through those heels, up nice and tall. We can also hold in both hands as well with that dumbbell. Make sure those shoulders stay back, not rounding at all. Okay, your second exercise is a T-raise. Now you can hold on to a lighter dumbbell. You can also use body weight or some soup cans. But we'll come seated into our T-raises. Okay, so you can hold on to those little weights just behind your knees. Back is nice and flat. We're not rounding our back, so those shoulders are down. And we're gonna drive out into that T-raise here. Okay, so again, body weight or holding little soup cans, or we can have little 2-pound, 5-pound weights. We're gonna go 15 here. We can also increase the core engagement by standing up nice and tall, hinging forward at our hips, knees slightly bent, back still nice and strong, okay, and coming into our T-raise in this bent position, a little bit added core challenge, okay, for 15. So those are our 2 exercises, split squat for 20, and our T-raises. We got 5 rounds of those. From there, we're gonna come into a squat to calf raise, okay, so our next 2, squat to calf raise. So we're gonna sit back into our squat, down. As we stand up, we're gonna pop up off those heels off the ground into our calf raise. So sitting back, squeeze those glutes down nice and tall, and then up into that calf raise. Nice and balanced, okay, so we're not falling around, so that core's gotta be engaged. To increase that difficulty, we can hold on to our weights, where we step back, stand tall, come into that calf raise straight up. Okay, so we got 10 there. From there, our second exercise of that set is a kneeling fire hydrant. Okay, shoulders down, pull that heel towards our bum. Big exhale, we're gonna open up, and then bring it back down. When we open though, we don't wanna open up our hips like this. We wanna make sure that those hips stay nice and square to the ground so that core is engaged, and then right back down, focusing on that glute and exhaling as we lift that leg. So we got 10 aside. So your squat to calf raise for 10, your kneeling fire hydrants 10 aside, we got 5 rounds of that. Our second last exercise pairing is a single leg step up. Now we can do a few different ways. If you don't have anything to step up on whatsoever, okay, that's totally fine. We can come into a lunge. So you can drop that back knee, and stand tall, driving that knee up nice and high, lunging back again, and drive. So there's an option instead of a step up. Okay, if we do have a stair or a low piece of a step, we can use that. Body weight, having your foot up on that entire step if possible, so that heel's on there. Push through that heel, stand up nice and tall, driving that knee, staying balanced. All the way back down, you can keep that foot up on that surface. Using our arms to make it more difficult, we either hold on to one dumbbell, we can hold it at our chest, or at our side. If you're holding it with one hand, hold it in the same leg that's up on that surface, so you can drive that knee, or you can hold it at your chest. Okay? You can also increase the difficulty by increasing the height. So it's a higher surface, a chair, anything like that, we can use that as well. Okay, so there's the progression there. So we got 10 aside. From there, we're gonna come into a single arm row. So we can use our chair, our surface, shoulders over top of that hand, knees are bent, back's nice and flat, shoulders down, and we're pulling that weight back towards our hips. We're not pulling it up into our shoulders at all. we want to get right into those lats and into that pull. Okay, we got 10 aside there. Okay, so our step up for 10 aside, and then our single arm row for 10 aside. We got 5 rounds. All right, guys, so this is the last pairing set. We're going to do a mountain climber for 15 aside. So we can start at that incline position, whether it's this height or higher. Okay, whenever you have countertop, chair, we're going to put those hands and then those shoulders over top of our hands, driving our knees up. Now we don't have to run, so that we don't have to have impact at all. Drive those knees up through our arms. To increase the difficulty, we can increase the speed. Okay? Driving those knees up and then shooting that foot right back where it came from. We can also, again, come lower. We have a step, come into that lower positioning. We can come into that stepping, or we can come into that running mountain climber. We can also go straight from the floor. But making sure that when we're doing this, we're not coming back behind our hands here. Okay, so I don't want us to see our hands way out in front of us. I want to see those shoulders right over top of our hands. Make sure that we're breathing and not holding our breath the entire time. Okay, so we got 15 aside. From there, we're going to grab a set of dumbbells or any little weights you have at home. Shoulders pull back, palms facing your legs, and we're going to alternate, bringing that dumbbell up towards our shoulder. So I'm rotating that pinky towards my shoulder, all the way back down, and I'm not kicking back at all. I'm not swinging and bringing it up and coming from a stationary position. And we're going to go 10 aside here. Okay, so you got that mountain climber for 15 aside, that bicep curl for 10 aside, and we got 5 rounds. And that's it.